Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another Eden Run here in the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Wednesday, Mosh Pit. Hope you all had a great start to your Wednesdays here during the midweek. I felt like playing Greed today is a little bit of an appetizer episode. I know that it's going to be a little bit shorter, but as I was talking about in yesterday's episode, I do have a lot that I need to record and also a lot of planning and stuff to happen for tomorrow. So just want to do a Greed run, and then tomorrow, of course, just be a regular run, hopefully a really good one for Thanksgiving. So here's your meme of the day, brought to you on the Invicta subreddit by Solid Celebration 840. Title of the thread was "The Boys Are Back in Town," and yes, once again, we have ourselves the Barney Moe meme of the day. And then in the thread, they also said sometimes the game has great comedic timing. Yeah. Like, oh, I guess we just going to do this floor again, or this room again. There's nothing that, it's hard to top the Moe and Barney throwing out the door of Moe's Tavern with them just turning right back around and coming back in. It's so good. So thank you very much, Solid Celebration. Everyone who upvoted that one. Oh boy. Oh boy. Quebec Echo 1 Kilo Whiskey Golf Papa Zulu. We've got Curse the Tower. Okay tiers, acceptable damage, acceptable movement speed. But the real thing is going to be the danger that is Curse the Tower, because obviously every single time we take damage, it's going to spawn 6 bombs, and you don't know what's going to happen with that. The movement speed being sub 1.0, it's 0.98, so I'm not going to get too hoity-toity about that. But it is low, and that is something to be a little bit concerned about, especially when you're talking about Greed, especially when you're talking about the basement that has the spider webs in there. There's no way to get rid of them other than bombing them, and it's a real hazard to be aware of. Very happy that we got Synth Oil, though. We also have the Dice Bag, which does give us the reroll option, hopefully, but it's not something that's just going to pop up while we're in this room here randomly. We would have to leave and then come back and start the room again. Either that or it doesn't even register at all. It may not even register at all. As you saw that we got the D12 in the first item room there. The boss item room. That's basically what the white item room is. It's always going to give you a boss drop pretty much. But yeah, I figured it'd be thematic to do a little bit of an appetizer run before the full-blown main course of tomorrow and Thanksgiving, and hopefully you all had enjoyed the Tuesday stream. Obviously, I haven't done the Tuesday stream yet, but I planning on it. The Tuesday streams are always fun. I enjoy talking to the YouTube mosh pit, and I say it all the time, but I do really prefer to not separate my audience necessarily, but it's nice to just have an option to talk to the YouTube mosh pit that's exclusive to y'all, and not just shared with Twitch or with anything. So we got to be careful here, because what's happening is exactly what I was talking about with the danger of the movement speed. And giving us a bunch of spiders with us not having a sufficient tiers rate is extremely dangerous in Greed mode. So, and on top of that, if we had gotten hit by one of those troll bombs with Curse the Tower, we are literally dead. And that's just the end of it. So we got to be real careful here. I definitely do not trust this run right now. I'm going to buy the key. I'm going to buy meat, so we have a replenishable. Oh, man. Horn photo would be amazing. Get the glass D20 in here, which is interesting. We can reroll these 2 red hearts, which I probably shouldn't do if we take critical damage, but this is an opportunity, especially with the game giving us the D20 in here. I kind of take that as a little bit of a sign. And give us a key. Okay, you know what? That saves us 5 cents on the next floor. It's a penny save is a penny earned. That's a great way to look at it. So cool. I'm happy with that. Let's drop a bomb over here and see if the secret room's here. It's not. We have a full red heart over here just in case. We get a penny out of it, so we get a little bit of a refund there. And this is not worth bombing up here for. We need to wait and see what's in the exit room. Of course, we also have the option to use the remote slot, but I don't necessarily think that's a good idea unless we're just swimming in cash, which we aren't right now. It can provide you with some good drops, of course. It's totally random, but another thing to consider, and this is something that people don't think about when they're talking about the portable slot, not that a lot of people use it anyway, is the fact that it can spawn flies. It can actually spawn hostile flies, which can and will kill you. So it sort of qualifies, not to a lesser degree, of course, but it sort of qualifies as one of those items that can hurt you or hurt me, so I don't usually go for it. That and money is honestly it's just too important, especially in greed mode. And it really stinks that we're not going to have enough to get this to get the torn photo before the devil deal. As the devil wave does not spawn money, so we pretty much have to decide: do we go for the nickel here and hope for another November miracle, or do we just move on? I'm not going to go in the curse room because that's our only form of protection right now. I think what happens here is we bomb the keeper, we bomb the fire. If we don't get 5 cents, then we just take 2 soul hearts, go to the devil deal, and hope for the best. All right, so step 1, get enough HP to take a devil deal. Step 2, make sure we maintain this HP to take that devil deal if there's one that presents itself. Now, under normal circumstances, Pin would just be a forget-me boss, but in greed, he's surprisingly dangerous. My God. Pin does spawn in weird spots sometimes. Sometimes he'll spawn right against the wall. Sometimes he'll spawn as you're trying to cross the room. He's kind of like Shai Hulud in a way, in Dune. If you pay no mind to him, he's gonna sneak up on you. Next thing you know, you're gone forever. Yeah, this is not great. Monster Manuel, if we wanted to get it, but I'm not going to. I'm obviously not going to take Damocles, so we're just going to head on Dizhound. A little bit of a rough start here. Last week's question of the episode from the new strongest run of the year. This one coming in from Michelle Bloomfield, who said, question of the day, how many hours do you have on Isaac on Steam? Well, I can tell you right now, even though you can't see it, I have, at the time of this recording, 6,826.6 hours in the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. That doesn't include the vanilla Isaac. It doesn't include all the hours I played off of Steam for the Flash Isaac. So it's probably close to, I'd say, across the franchise, probably closer to like 8,000 hours maybe total. But obviously in Rebirth, it's been what I've already forgotten, 6,800 some odd hours. Ooh, we get a glass D6. When I say glass D6, by the way, or glass anything, it's one that's granted to us by the dice bag, which means that it's totally temporary. So the D6 is going to re-roll all of the item pedestals in here, but not the floor, which is good because we have a half-price soul heart, which may be the biggest part of that may be the biggest turning point of this run. But obviously we can't afford it right now, so I am going to use the glass D6 because, you know, Tropicamide is fine, Fat Auto Mushroom is fine, although it does severely hinder your movement speed, and I don't really care about Mom's Box in here, so it's a good time for the glass D6 to show up. And that is pretty much an abysmal roll, so it looks like we're just going to be collecting HP here. Another reason why it's called a glass D6 is because that's how it was called in the previous version of Repentance, which was called Anti-Birth, which was a very, very impressive mod made by Vin, who they then adopted to be basically Repentance. So that's why it's a great term because it's one and done. You leave the room, it breaks. You use it, it breaks. So it's a good terminology for that kind of item. And I wish that more items provided you with glass rerolls and glass tarot cards and that sort of thing. I think it would provide a more varied gameplay sometimes. I'm very happy to have 9-inch nail or 8-inch nails here. Not 9-inch nails. It's a band that people assume that I like that I actually don't really pay too much mind about. There's not really a maybe 1 or 2 tracks from 9-inch nails that even register with me. Animal being one of them, and I only remember that song because of Seven, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Seven is one of those movies that even though you know what's going to happen, I can rewind it and just watch it again. There's very, very few movies that I will do that for. Jurassic Park is another one of them. Jaws is definitely another one of them. Boondock Saints is another one of them. Seven, Shawshank Redemption. People expect me to say The Godfather. I'm going to be honest. Never actually seen The Godfather 1 and 2 all the way through. I know that may be a little bit of a ridiculous take, but I really don't watch movies all that much, except for stuff that I kind of enjoy, or already have previously enjoyed. The original Godzilla is definitely another one of them that I can just sit back and watch unlimited amounts of times. Maybe watch on repeat. That's probably a better way to describe that. But Seven is definitely one of those movies. I haven't watched it in a while. I might watch it tonight. All right. So let's get enough of the schmoobs. Yeah, you deserve that, Dark One. That off the screen brimstone blast was that's karma. A fighting Bombino in a greed room is also kind of annoying. Wow, okay. So I see we're being super generous with the explosion radius today, huh, game? That's the reason right there. If you notice, if you watch back that footage, you'll notice that I shot right before he made contact with me. I had to time that shot to throw him off his trajectory. Otherwise, we were going to get a hit there. The D10, which is nothing, but something that isn't nothing, however, is the Book of Sin and My Shadow. The Book of Sin can be extremely valuable in greed. My Shadow is also important, but it's not 3 soul hearts important. Yeah, there we go. We get the Devil Deal. We might as well top up on soul hearts because we'll never see it half price again, and we're just going to take an L in terms of losses, other than 8-inch nails on this floor for stats. And I mean, yeah, we can go into the curse room. Okay, and I'm glad we did, because that just gave us 10 more cents essentially. So we're totally covered on keys now, which is nice. Ooh, and we get a glass D12. Hang on now. Let's hit the glass D12 here and see what we get out of this. Okay, now that's step 1. Step 2 is let's see what this. Oh wow, we can get a soul heart back. Let's see if we can get the counterfeit penny out of here. That would be an amazing play. Okay, that's fine though. It's still a great play. Look at that. We even get another nickel. If I wanted to re-roll this floor or this room, the shop, we could, but I think it's a little bit of a waste right now. Making sure that purple fire shot. If you didn't know, as soon as a pink or purple fire, depending on what color you perceive, as soon as they shoot once, they will not shoot again. So you can sit here all day, every day, and it's never ever going to shoot you again, as long as it's taken that first shot. Just a little pro tip. Last D20 and you know what? Let's give it a bash. Let's see how it goes. If I leave this room now, we lose the D20 forever. So let's take a chance and see what Dice Bag can do here for us, because it's very, very rare that we get the glass D20 in a greed run with the Dice Bag before we start a wave. I mean, this is the perfect scenario time. This is the perfect time to do it. So let's just see. Let's see if it doesn't work out, we take the L, and then it's on me. You know. We have enough money to get at least one premium item here on this floor, assuming there's none half price in the shop, so I think it's worth the gamble here. Even though I didn't really want to pick up that bomb, but it was either that or we take a hit. The reason why I didn't want to pick up the bomb is because I didn't want necessarily to take something off the ground if we're going to re-roll the D20. And that's another common question that I receive a lot whenever people see me play Greed. They say, why do you avoid the money? What is the point of that if you're just going to pick it up anyway? Well, you have to look at things at a couple different angles when you're talking about preparing for a greed run. One of those things that I've always just been in the habit of doing is simply making sure that there's money on the ground in case if we get to this exact scenario where we get an opportunity to re-roll stuff on the ground or a random Yarrow rune drops or whatever. That is the reason why I wait and try to avoid money like the plague on the ground. And and this is for the exact scenario why. So I know it seems stupid. It seems a little unnecessary, but in the off times when you get an opportunity like this, your discipline about this stuff is rewarded with hopefully a good result. Now, again, this is a gamble because we don't know what they're all going to roll. We hope that it's going to roll pretty good, but we'll see. Now, I'm not going to spawn the Devil Deal because there's no money that drops off. And B, I also need to make sure that we have... I want to make sure that if we can get something for free or something like that in the Devil Deal, that we go into the shop in the item room first. So we're going to beat Super Gluttony. We're going to beat Forsaken here. Then we rip the D20 and see what happens. Going to take the hit deliberately. Rather do that than even pick up 1 penny. We can afford to do that. We're probably going to get some soul hearts on this D20 roll anyway. All right, so here we go. Glass D20. Take a count, son. Okay, okay. We got a golden bomb. Oh, Queen of Hearts. That would have been amazing for us earlier, before the D20. And look at that. We got Latch Key. Gives us a luck upgrade and a soul heart. Golden keys, so we don't have to worry about burning our very valuable, now not so valuable keys. Luck upgrade. Hey, I'd call that a success. Even though we only made 10 cents on the transaction, it still gave us an opportunity to do a lot more. Devil card. Come on down, little Gertie. And we get an HP. Or the Eternal D6 re-rolls the pedestal. I think we can take, again, another gamble here. And shot speed's not really what we wanted, but I'll take it. Temperance Machine doesn't really matter because it turns into a Demon Judgment. But that was just a satisfying group of events that just occurred there. And now we have a golden bomb, so we can freely bomb everything and look for the secret room. We have a golden key, so we can now trade that in for something off of the key beggar here. Yeah, sure. Why not, you know? Even though the mysterious paper is probably better for us right now, I'm not going to take it because I'm just having too much fun with these glass die showing up. We got another nice upgrade there from Divorce Papers, so now we can go into, thanks to all the hearts and the re-rolling, now we can go into the curse room without any fear of losing our permanent red heart container, which is in the form of a bone heart. So it's a great example of how planning ahead in Isaac can sometimes reward you. You never know what's going to transpire after you decide to do something in Isaac. And this is a great lesson for that. Brownie, I'm going to need you to chill out a little bit. Escape to the corner here if you need to find a safe spot. Dingle and Brownie cannot get up there. They can shoot you, though. It makes it very difficult to see all the projectiles. I don't know how this Dingle is still alive. Here we go. Got the D12. All right. Let's go see. This is the only other place the secret room can be. It was a little bit premature to go and trade that golden key in, but even if there was a golden chest in here, which there is, it wouldn't have made. We're set on keys for the rest of this run. So, no, we do not want the burnt penny at all. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, well, I'm glad we keep getting another Eternal D-Sizzle. Yeah, well. At least you tried, game. D7. Yes, we badly need a movement speed upgrade. Having the stopwatch here is also going to help us out dramatically in making enemies move slower. I'm not gonna. This ain't a D1 hundo moment here. We might be a little bit behind here, but we're definitely not in a full reroll territory yet. Can you use the Devil card to give us the Book of Belial effect, so it just makes us a little bit less painful? Now, of course, you can't plan for everything in Isaac. There's going to be hiccups. If you're me, there's going to be more than a few hiccups. More than a few turds in the punch bowl, but, you know, that's why you got to... That's where personal skill level kicks in and game knowledge, and you just learn how to adapt. And you know, that's what the fun of Isaac is about, is being able to do that and overcome whatever BS the game sends your way. Okay, I like this right now. What we're seeing. That's the reason why I wanted to load up on HP, because the game is not going to give us another half price soul heart, and it's going to definitely collect that bill for us. Picking up all that HP, trying to get it back a little bit. We lose the bone heart, but we're going to gain. A lot of that had to do with our terrible movement speed there. We're going to gain 0.3 movement speed, which puts us at 0.28, and more importantly, it slows down all the attacks and all other enemy actions. So it makes us faster and them slower. Is that the second war? No, this is the same war. I don't know what the hell this fight is here. Bunch of hearts plus also the Diglets plus war. This is with just the infamy heart. It's a very double infamy hearts. This is just weird. Weird fight. Also, war. How are you still alive? Wow, I did not see that shadow there. Double Monstro 2 is surprisingly dangerous. Even at high HP, these little knocks can add up very quickly. I swear to you, I'm not seeing these shadows. It's probably because of, honestly, the stopwatch making them move a lot slower, which makes it easier to kind of let them blend into the ground. I know that seems a little bit ridiculous, but when something like that, like the game speed changes or whatever, you kind of it kind of disrupts the flow a little bit, and all enemy timings, animations, they get thrown off from what you're used to. So I'm trying to say it's a maker of my own doing. Money equals power. It's fine in greed mode. I think it's okay, but it's not like we're never going to use money, so it's just a waste of HP in my opinion. If you want to take money equals power and greed, go for it. If you have deep pockets or 2 of diamonds and blank cards, something like that, then hey, be my guest. But I'd rather wait. I mean, let's put it this way: it's a net positive. You're never going to regret taking money equals power in any given situation. But for the HP right now, and from what you just saw in that boss room, it's to me not worth it for a little bit of damage up. That's just going to fluctuate anyway, because we're going to go down to almost 0, if not always 0, in a greed run. I get another movement speed here. And wooden spoon, or not wooden spoon, bird's eye. I was reading before I was thinking. Once again, we have plenty of bombs here. Got the D1 Hizzle, which we are not going to use. Once again, the secret room is going to be somewhere below us. Now, Head of the Keeper is something I normally do not take, but since we're in Shoal, we still have one more floor to go. Technically 2 because we haven't even started this floor yet. It's a net positive for money. So I'm gonna go with Head of the Keeper, even though it does, in a way, kind of hurt. I'm gonna get rid of the D100. It kind of hurts our Super Greed fight or Ultra Greed fight because he can heal off of our tiers. It's still worth it if it's at the right time. You did put it in the curse room, didn't you? You jerk. I forgot to void the Book of Sin. Athame is going to be a big help. Bird's Eye is also going to be a huge help for us. Little Gertie doing her thing. Come on down, little Gertie. Thanksgiving week. Looking for it. I cannot wait, man. Spent a good portion of today talking to Mama Victa, preparing. I actually have to do the cookies this year. Remember a couple days ago when I was talking about the brown butter? I have now officially been assigned to be responsible for the cookies this year. Because I always ask Mama Victa to make me some chocolate chip cookies. Because I love to have the leftover cookies for home. You know, just to have something sweet. And because I was ranting and raving and kind of bragging about how good the cookies were that I made the other day, she said, "Well, then that means you get to do the cookies." And I said, "I've never been made responsible for any part of her Thanksgiving dinner before because she always does it. So it's kind of a big deal in our family anyway. It's a little bit of a big deal that I'm officially on the job for something. So I'll have to report back tomorrow and let you all know how I do." But that won't be till the next recording session because I gotta record Fridays. There's still lots of stuff to do. I'm very happy that we got little Dolly, or not little Dolly, Mr. Dolly. And we get another great damage upgrade here with Cat and Ninetails. Earth Row gives us a reroll in here. Might as well take it. And we get Gimpy, which, I mean, Gimpy's not terrible. Not what we look for in a double deal, but, you know, for 2 HP, for the prospect of him, or I say him, of it, giving us HP back on a refund if we do take damage is too good to pass up. So we'll take it. I wish we could take the tiers up that we get from Constellation Prize, which does actually break the tiers cap. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that unless the Book of Sin can give us something massive here, which it tried to. I mean, we still have a key beggar. We're not going to need keys anymore, so we're gonna head on down. Well, once again, we get another opportunity here for a glass D20 play, and why not? Last one worked out very well for us, so there's no reason to think that this one will perform any worse. Okay, game. Congrats. I'm proud of you. Drop a Yave there. It tried. You saw that ricochet. It tried. It's important to get down all enemies before the white skulls start to build up because they will not leave until you get rid of all of them. Okay, game. We were clearly behind the steel block there. Oh, there's just another one here. Okay. All right. Yeah, don't let anyone tell you that the fissures are not heat seeking. I mean, that right there was a crystal clear violation of that. I mean, we were right here, and somehow that fissure went all the way around. That's the kind of stuff that drives me nuts sometimes, man. It's a good strat to look behind. Like, if you have a gap you can hide behind. If you have a steel block to hide behind, you should do it to avoid the fissure BS. But sometimes even then that doesn't protect you. So it's, as I said, nothing in Isaac is, you can plan for everything, and just how it goes. Okay, I think we picked up a few pennies there, nothing big. We lose the D20 if I drop this? No, we don't. Okay. So we can re-roll the dice back because we just flat out don't need it anymore. It could give us something in the shop, but I just rather re-roll it now. One more penny to re-roll. Hit the D20. Got a haunted chest. There we go. Got a golden chest here, which gave us a nickel. Okay, we had another nickel over there. Yeah, that worked out very well for us. Again. No, sure. And make sure that we don't get any more active items, especially in our Devil Deal. Get a Wheel of Fortune card, which we can just bomb right now to get this nickel. We got a Soul Heart, too. Look at that. Yeah, we'll take that for sure. Champion's Belt's fantastic for us. Car batteries, sure. It does help us a little bit with the Book of Sin, but it's not that consequential. And let's just go ahead and take booster pack just for S's and G's. Get a Joker card. Okay, so we can get back in there if we need to. Yeah. Let it all work out in the end. I will take that. Secret room could be here. Of course it was. The only other place the secret room can be on this floor is here. Or there. The curse room and then the exit door. But this is where, think of where the item room spawns on other floors. That's the only other place it could be if it's not there, or up there. We got Gabriel now. Wow, I don't know why he went that way, dude. Now, you may be wondering, why do I get so close whenever I'm fighting Gabriel? You know, you put yourself in that situation. It's because I'm trying to keep him on the screen, and so I have the ability to react when he does his beam attack. 25 cents would be 5 half-price soul hearts. Doesn't feel necessary at the end of this run. Let me see what we roll through here, and then we can determine whether or not we want to go back and spend the 3 soul hearts for 25 cents. If we pick up the soul heart, if we pick up the... Yeah, this is 5 soul hearts here, so we would gain a net positive of 2 soul hearts out of this. Half price, it would have been 8 soul hearts. Yeah, this is definitely worth it. Come over here, spend the quarter. We don't need the blanket. It doesn't work in greed anyway. There we go. And we'll end it on a reverse strength card. Reverse strength card is nice, but Airwalk is even nicer. Reverse strength card will give us the bonus damage, the ×2 damage for a minute or something like that. But Airwalk lasts for the entire fight instead of just a minute, and it also makes it completely hard counters Ultra Greed. So what we got on our hands here is a very methodical and very thought out and strategical plan to beat greed on a greed run. That's funny, game. Hangman, that would have been nice early, but too late now. Very strategy heavy episode today. Not that we really truly needed to do that, but doing a little bit more explainy stuff for just tips for greed. You know, I don't play greed all that much, but whenever it's kind of necessary that I need a little bit of a shorter video or just to change it up. I mean, I like greed mode. It's a lot of fun. unlike greedier mode, which people have come to realize this is not a fun time for anybody. I've tried to weave in greedier mode runs every now and then, and people actually had a negative reaction to it just because the commentary wasn't really there. It's not a mode that you can have fun in. And I don't say that to disparage the game. It's just you have to take it seriously because it's that much harder. And a majority of the mosh pit, the last time I did a greedier run, said that they would rather see me do regular greed, because at least I can talk and ham it up and enjoy myself. Not that people don't like the serious runs every now and then, but greedier is all it's all gas, no filler in terms of strategy, and I've got to go on radio silence for a lot of it, just because of how ridiculously difficult it can get if the game just feels like being a jerk. But I enjoy greed runs, and if I need a shorter episode just to ease things a little bit, I know that the mosh pit's got my back. You're not going to see too many people belly aching for more content. Tomorrow, though, hold on your butts. We got ourselves a fun time tomorrow. Hopefully a good run. I hope it's not horrible. If I recall correctly, last year's Thanksgiving run was not quite that good, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad enough to remember. So hopefully we have a memorable run either way tomorrow. And thank you, everyone, for making every single day memorable for me by liking, commenting, subscribing. If you enjoy this content, please make sure you do one of the three, or if not all of them. You can even go the fourth step and share these videos too. That also helps out in a big way, or hype them up, or whatever YouTube is calling that now here on the platform. And I did totally forget to use that Airwalk card because he kept getting slowed, and then I was like, oh, we already used it. Out of sight, out of mind sort of thing. So I did catch that at the end there. So thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great pre-Thanksgiving day. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like things and pages of mine like Noah Drummond, Mythwithy, Nuclear Games, and Paul Collister Jr. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Invicta.